Darling, before you take another breath, thinking you know everything about me, I need to tell you something that will change how you see me forever. Please don't look away. Please don't scroll, because what I'm about to confess is not just a small hidden truth. It's a secret so heavy, it has kept me awake countless nights. I have a child you've never met. Yes, those words just landed hard, didn't they? But before you think you understand the whole picture, let me explain. This is not what you think. This is not about betrayal or lies made to hurt you. This is about a part of my life that I locked away, not because I wanted to, but because I thought it was the only way to keep everyone safe. You may be asking, how could I not tell you? How could I look into your eyes every day and stay silent? The truth is, every time I tried to bring it up, my heart froze. I imagined the look on your face, the disappointment, the confusion, maybe even the anger. So instead of honesty, I chose silence. But silence has grown heavier than words ever could. This child, they exist outside of the life you've known with me. They live quietly, away from attention, away from the noise of the world. And yet, every single day, they are in my mind, in my decisions, in the very reason I fight so hard to hold everything together. But here's where it gets even more complicated. The story of this child isn't just about them being hidden. It's about why they were hidden. Because their existence is tied to a moment in my past. A moment I never thought would resurface. And if you're wondering, why now? Why finally tell you this? Because keeping it inside has started to feel like betrayal in itself. Because every smile we share, every plan we make, feels incomplete when there's a piece of me you still don't know about. And because deep down, I fear that one day you'll hear it from someone else, and the shock of it will break us completely. So, here I am, risking everything. Risking the love we've built, risking the trust we've nurtured, by putting this truth in your hands. But before you decide how you feel, you need to know more. Because this isn't just a confession. It's a story with twists you won't see coming. There are reasons behind this secret. Reasons that may not excuse it, but will make you stop and think twice before judging. So, stay with me, don't turn away, because the part I haven't told you yet, why this child has been kept hidden, will shake you even more than the fact that they exist. Darling, I know your heart must be racing right now. Questions flooding in, doubts pressing hard. But please listen before you let judgment settle. Because the reason this child has been hidden is not simple. It's wrapped in pain, fear, and choices I never imagined I would have to make. This child was born during a time when my world was collapsing. Everything around me felt like chaos. My future uncertain, my past chasing me like a shadow I couldn't escape. And in the middle of all that, this innocent life came into existence. I want you to understand something. This child was never a mistake. They were never unwanted, but the circumstances, they were dangerous. There were people watching me back then. People who wanted to use every weakness against me. If they knew about the child, if they knew about that part of my life, it wouldn't have been safe. Not for me, and especially not for them. So I made a choice. One that tears at me every single day. I chose to protect them from the world by keeping them away from the world. By keeping them away, even from you. And that choice, it was never easy. Do you know what it feels like to carry a secret so heavy it changes how you breathe? To smile in front of the person you love, while a part of your soul screams inside, begging to be seen, begging to be shared. That's what I've lived with. That's what has haunted me. But here's what makes this even harder. This child, they don't even know you exist. They've heard of me, yes, bits and pieces. Scattered stories told carefully, so they wouldn't ask too many questions. But you, my love, my other half, you're a stranger to them. And that breaks me in ways I can't put into words. Yet, there's more. Because it's not only about what I've hidden from you, it's about what I've hidden from them. They've grown up with questions I haven't been brave enough to answer. Questions like, why am I different? Why don't I have what others have? Why is the story of my life kept in shadows? Darling, the guilt of that, it eats at me every night when I close my eyes. I wonder if I've done the right thing or destroyed both lives by keeping them apart. But I'm telling you now, because the time for secrets is ending. Something has shifted. Something has happened that makes it impossible to keep them hidden any longer. And this is where you need to listen closely. Because what's coming next is not just about me. It's about us. It's about how this truth, this child, could completely rewrite the story of our lives together. So before you turn away, before you let anger take over, I need you to hear the next part. Because the reason this secret is surfacing now has everything to do with what's about to happen next. Darling, the reason I can't hide this any longer is because life has forced my hand. The quiet protection I thought I could keep in place forever has been shaken apart. Something happened, something I never planned for, something that has made this secret too big to contain. You see, the child I've hidden from you is no longer in the shadows. They've grown, they've started asking questions that can't be answered with half-truths anymore. And just days ago, one of those questions changed everything. They looked at me with eyes so full of longing and asked, why am I not enough to be seen? Do you know what that did to me? Darling, it crushed me. It tore open a wound I had kept sealed for so long, because in that moment, I realized that the longer I kept this child a secret, the more I was breaking them, breaking their sense of worth, their belief in themselves, their right to be loved openly. But that's not all. There's another reason. A much bigger reason. Someone else has found out. Someone who should never have known. And now, it's only a matter of time before they use it against me, against us. This is why I'm speaking now. Not because I suddenly grew stronger, but because if I stay silent any longer, the truth will be ripped away from me in the ugliest way possible. And I couldn't bear for you to learn about this child from anyone else. I couldn't bear for you to hear twisted words painted as betrayal when the truth has always been love, protection, and fear tangled together. Darling, I don't know how you'll take this. I don't know if this confession will make you walk away or if it will draw you closer. But one thing I do know, this child's life, their future, their very safety now depends on us. And here's what should stop you in your tracks. They want to meet you. Yes, they've asked for you, even without knowing who you truly are. They said, I want to meet the person who holds your heart. And when they said it, my world stopped. Because it was in that moment I knew the time for hiding was over. So now, everything hangs in the balance. The choice, the path, the future, it's all resting in what happens next. Between you and me, and this child, who has been waiting in the wings for far too long. Darling, imagine this for a moment. A child who has lived their whole life in the background, always watching from a distance, always sensing they were hidden away for reasons they couldn't understand. And now, they've reached the point where silence is no longer enough. They've started asking questions that pierce straight through me. Questions like, why don't they know about me? Don't they deserve to? Every word cuts me because I know it's you they mean. And every time I try to shield them, to protect you from the truth, it only deepens the ache in both of us. But it's not just about questions anymore. Darling, they've grown brave. They've started drawing pictures of what they imagine you look like. Little sketches, small details, guesses at the smile, the voice, the way your presence might feel. And do you know what breaks me most? They leave a space beside me, like they're waiting for you to step into the frame. The truth is, I never told them who you were. I thought keeping your worlds separate would protect everyone. But still, they feel you, somehow without knowing your name, without hearing your story, without being told. They know someone exists in my life who means everything. And now they want to reach for you. But darling, here's where everything twists. Because the moment they try to step forward, the people who should have stayed out of this, those who discovered the truth, are waiting to use it against us. And if they succeed, it won't just be me who falls. It'll be you too. That's why I'm trembling as I speak these words. Because this isn't just about a hidden child anymore. It's about whether the love we share can survive when the weight of another life is suddenly placed in our hands. And here's something you need to hear. The child already sees you as part of their story. Even without knowing the truth, they believe in you. They believe you're strong enough, kind enough, loving enough to accept them. And darling, that's why I can't stay quiet anymore. Because every day I wait. Every second I keep this secret locked away, I risk losing everything. You, them, us. And I can't let that happen. Darling, before you decide what to feel about me, I need you to see the whole picture. Because this isn't a story about betrayal or weakness. It's a story about survival, and about the choice I thought would protect us all, even if it left me carrying the burden alone. From the very first day, I told myself that keeping this child apart from you was the only way to protect the love I had with you. I thought if I buried the truth, if I locked it away, it would never interfere with what we were building. But darling, every lie comes with a cost, and mine has been too heavy to carry alone. This child, they are not a shadow. They are real, breathing, laughing, crying. They have dreams, little ones, fragile ones, dreams I've watched them hold on to, even when the world refused to give them answers. They don't understand why they live behind the curtain of my silence. They don't understand why the person they've imagined in their drawings, the one they feel belongs in their life, still hasn't appeared. And darling, the truth is, that person is you. There have been nights when I almost broke, when the child's voice trembled, with questions I couldn't answer. They'd say things like, "Why does it feel like someone is missing from us?" And my throat would close, because all I wanted to do was whisper your name, but I couldn't. I was afraid you'd turn away if you knew, afraid you'd think everything we shared was built on a lie. But now, it's no longer about fear. It's about what's right. The child deserves to be seen, to be known, and you deserve the truth, even if it shatters me. Darling, what I need you to know is this. This child never asked to be hidden. They never asked to carry the weight of my decisions. And if you could see the way their eyes light up when they talk about the idea of family, you'd understand why my heart is breaking just standing here. Because deep down, they already see you as part of their world, even though they've never met you. But here is the hardest part. The secret is no longer safe. Others have begun to notice. Whispers are circling. Some want to use this against me, against us. They want to twist this truth into something ugly, something shameful. And if they succeed, everything we've built together could be torn apart before you even get the chance to decide what this truth means to you. That's why I'm telling you this now. Because I can't risk someone else holding power over my truth. I'd rather you hear it from me, raw, unfiltered, imperfect. I'd rather you know the depth of my mistake than have someone else poison the truth and turn it into something it isn't. Darling, I need you to understand that this child does not erase my love for you. If anything, they make it deeper. Because when I look at them, I see the chance to create something whole, something honest, something unbreakable. I see the possibility of a love that doesn't just belong to us, but extends into the life of someone who's already waiting for you without even knowing your name. And yes, I know the risk. I know you could walk away. I know this could be the moment everything ends. But if it does, at least it ends with the truth. Finally free. At least it ends with the child no longer hidden in the shadows of my silence. So darling, I am standing here bare, vulnerable, terrified, asking you not just to see me, but to see them too. Because this isn't only about my heart anymore. It's about theirs. It's about whether love can be strong enough to survive the hardest truths. And the question that keeps me awake every night is this: will you still hold my hand after this moment? Or will the silence I tried to avoid finally become the silence between us?